I would say in Czech Republic it's definitely half BREEAM and LEED, and in my region also, depending on which country. And most of the time I explain to investor what are the difference between the LEED and BREEAM, and at the end they just decide because they like the name or they have some relatives in America or something. There is not usually some reasonable decision behind it if you want to go for the LEED or BREEAM, because they have every time some personal feelings which they prefer. But for me personally, the BREEAM is more suitable for the European environment because it is using European norms compared to the LEED, which is using the American norms, and they are having huge problems with applying it. The designers hate us because we want them to fulfill the American norms. They don't have to normally design the building based on that. On the other hand, the LEED has a compulsory energy dynamic simulation model, which the client wouldn't do without the LEED. And it's a great tool for someone who is making a new property to have the whole building in the computer and play with that, make the performance of the building as best as possible, make the consumption as slower as possible, answer lots of questions about how the building should look like. So this is kind of one of the things which would promote the LEED, because if it's not compulsory, they don't do it. So
yeah.
It has pros and cons.
You said it's now roughly 50-50.
Yeah.
How do you see it moving forward?
Definitely there had been a lots of BREEAM registered building before 1st of 6, because there was a changing of the manual to the more difficult one. So lots of investors registered the building with the old system, so that's when the BREEAM get much more registration than the LEED. But I have to say the most move forward I see in the EU Green Building Certification, which is focused only on the energy performance. And there is something like 800 buildings certified already in the Europe with this certification, because it costs less of those three, and it's easy. You don't have to pay any certification fees to anybody. So I can see this one is kind of gaining interest.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to differentiate between new construction and in use. And the BRE found a very, don't say simple, but a system where you can work with, where you can improve your buildings over the time. You have recertification processes to optimize energy demand and so on. And it's not so expensive as the others. And of course, that's an argument for the investors. And so that's why the numbers here in Germany for in-use buildings with BREEAM is increasing.